Hey everybody, and welcome to Nathan Crash Gets Bodied by the Internet. That's probably not the name of the series, but whatever. So, how this works, I read like two scary stories off the internet. Well, that's how this episode's gonna work. I'm gonna read two scary stories, and I'm gonna give them a rating. I'm gonna give my thoughts on it, see how, like, kind of be like, all right, I'm gonna give it like a numerical rating. Say whether I thought it was good or not. Move on to the next one, and that's pretty much it. If you have any stories you would like to see me read, or if you have any thoughts on the stories I've read, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. I'd love to talk to you guys about it. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let's hop right into this. So, story number 1, Stranger Under the Bed. I am 22 and this incident happened a year and a half ago. I had just moved into my first apartment and was in the process of moving in. The door that led into my apartment locks itself automatically when closed. So I was going to the entrance of the apartment complex to get my mail while talking on the phone with my boyfriend. I returned to my apartment and sat on the bed while opening the mail while using the phone. I dropped the phone on the floor and it landed under my bed, so I had to lie on the floor and stretch for it. I saw something that caught my eye. There was someone under my bed. My eyes widened and I choked the urge to scream. The person under my bed was lying still with his back towards me and his head to his chest, so I couldn't see his face. And he didn't see me. Trying to be rational while so many thoughts rushed through my head, I picked up the phone and said, "Sorry, I dropped my phone. I'm just going to take a shower and call you back." The bathroom is right by my bed, so I hastily walked in, quietly locked the door, turned the shower on, jumped out of my window. My apartment is on the first floor, and called the police. They told me to wait nearby, but to go across the street and see if anyone comes out the door to the apartment complex. This was during summer, and it was still light out. I placed myself across the street behind the car while watching my bathroom window and the entry door. I called my boyfriend, and he came to me just before the police. I gave them my keys and they went inside. Only moments later, 2 cops came out holding a thin and tired-looking man. His eyes looked crazy, but he didn't try to get away. The policeman had stood beside me and comforted me while the police searched through my house. I was a mess, shivering and crying. Told me that the man stood outside my bathroom door with one of my kitchen knives waiting for me to come out. This man had somehow crept in my entry door while I was getting my mail and hid under the bed. The man that was trying to hurt me turned out to be a homeless person that was placed in the mental hospital. My boyfriend moved in with me the very next day. Thank you for reading. I just wanted to share my story so that others might know what to do if a situation like this occurs. The police told me that what I did was truly amazing and rational. If I had screamed, it could have ended really badly for me. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Let's stop right there. All right. Stranger Under the Bed is not like a supernatural scary. That's like a really real kind of scary. That's I'll give that like a solid 6.5. Because that sounds like a terrifying situation. Like I already have like kind of like that weirdo sort of neuroticism when it comes to like closets and like shower curtains and looking under my bed, because that's like a thing that I used to do. I used to be really scared if I didn't check underneath my bed to make sure no one was down. It's like that. It's weird. It's a pretty universal fear, or like kind of like paranoia that I feel a lot of people have. And it's kind of like that. What would you do if you pulled the shower curtain and someone was standing there? Like, that's like fucking scary. Like I'll give it a 6. It didn't quite like it didn't have quite the punch it needed to, but that was really fucking good. So let me know so I'm giving a 6 out of 10, I guess. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Let's move right on to the next one. This is story number 2. He pretended to be my dog. There we go. Before I start, here's a bit of context to my story. My husband and I lived in a small 2-floor house with 2 main entrances, one along the front and the other along the side of the house, which opens up into the laundry room. When we're too busy or it's too late to walk our dog, we hook his collar onto a long line that's attached to one of the pipes on the large corner of our house, so he can use the bathroom. We used to do this from the door in our laundry room, but we noticed the large step from the door to the ground had been taking a toll on his hips. As a result, we started letting him out through the front door instead, since the porch is much closer to the ground. This particular night, I was home alone with my dog, and it was around midnight when we decided to let him outside one last time before going to bed. I hook him up to his line, close the door, and lock it, before heading into the kitchen to put away the dishes. This was pretty routine, even if he had used the bathroom quickly. He liked to walk around along the front and side of the house for a few minutes before coming back inside. As I'm putting away the dishes, I hear a scratch on the door. How my dog signals he wants to come inside. So I head over to let him back in. Since I've watched too many scary movies, I always look through the door's peephole before opening the door. Out of habit, I look to check that my dog is in front of the door. Instead of it, I see a man staring very intently at the door handle. I freeze. Oh my god. I freeze with my hand on the door handle. I don't know how much time went by, but then I heard another scratch. This one louder than the last. This kind of wakes me from my initial shock, and I run to grab my cell phone. I call my husband to tell him what's happening. He was very confused. I probably wasn't explaining the situation very well, but says that he's heading home. This is when I realize my dog is still outside with this person. I head back to the front door, trying to make as little noise as possible to check whether the stranger is still there. Just like before, he's standing there, head bowed, looking at the doorknob. I tiptoe over to the laundry room and slowly open the door as quiet as possible. I can't see my dog anywhere, and the side of my house is covered in gravel. Oh Jesus Christ, this is actually getting me kind of freaked out. I couldn't see my dog anywhere. Jesus. Fuck. I got really lost actually for a second. Give me a sec. Okay. Whew. This is getting me nervous just because of the dog. Alright, the side of my house is covered in gravel. I knew I could step outside without making a lot of noise. With my heart still pounding, let me scroll down a bit. With my heart still pounding in my chest, I go to the front door and keep an eye on the stranger and to get a better look at him. I considered calling the police, but I didn't feel like they would take me seriously since all this man was doing was standing in front of my house. I tried to get a picture of him with my cell phone, but my camera was only able to take a picture of the people and not the images behind the glass. All of a sudden, the man looks up directly at me. I swear he knew I was there. He glares at me, opens his mouth to show this taunting, malicious grin. He stood there that way for a few seconds. With that, he turns around and starts to walk down the street. I stay in the same place, almost expecting him to rush back and start pounding the door. Luckily, my husband got back after a few minutes. Long story short, Jesus, that was fucking terrifying. Long story short, long story short, he convinced me to call the police, and we went looking for our dog. As it turns out, this man had cut the end of the connected. It turns out this man had cut the end of the line connected to the pipe, and our dog decided this was a good time for him to explore my neighbor's backyard, which is where we found him. It's been 3 years since this happened. We've since moved to a new house, unrelated reasons, and the police weren't able to come up with any suspects. Ever since then, we take our dog on very long walks before the sun goes down. Oh my god. So that's that's he pretended to be my dog. That one's pretty good actually. Like it's really good because it scares you in like sort of I don't know, it scares you in that sort of like really fucking creepy way where you're like, I can't believe, like it's sort of unbelievable, but it's mostly, it kind of like hits you because you're like, what, you're stuck inside. Someone tried to like doppelgang you, you know, like they try to deceive you with some shit, like, oh fuck, I gotta let my dog and open up the door real quick, and there's just a dude there, you shit your pants. That one's like a solid 9. No, not a 9. That's too high. That's like a 7.5, if not an 8. That's a really solid one, I think. I'm just looking at things that I might want to read later. I'll read one. It's Ask Reddit. What secret could ruin your life, as a little preview. Let's try this one. 15 years ago, between jobs, I took a short-term gig helping a large gay porn company, assisting them resolve assisting them resolving some performance issues on their website. It was supposed to be only 2 weeks. That was 15 years ago. No one in my extended family knows that I work in gay porn, let alone that I'm in charge of everything except for video protection. Huh. That's crazy. Well, glad we read that one. That sort of lightened the mood a little bit, I think. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a different video than I normally ever do. So, welcome to Nathan Crash Gets Bodied by the Internet? Probably. I don't know what we're going to call it. Leave a comment in the comment section and maybe we'll figure out what the fuck we're going to call this series. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to share this with anybody you think might like my channel. I play games. I don't normally do this. So, go ahead and check out my gaming videos. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'll try to do these maybe once, maybe twice a week. I'll try to do it at least once a week. Faux show. Let me know your ratings and your thoughts on the story I've read. I don't know. But yeah, that was Stranger Under the Bed and He Pretended to Be My Dog. Pretty fucked up stories. I liked them. I can't wait to see what we come up with next. Hopefully we find better stories, because honestly, Stranger Under My Bed, pretty scary. Not as bad as it could have been. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please, again, like, comment, subscribe. Click the bell so you're notified whenever I'm streaming or whenever I upload something. And share my channel, please. Because we've been growing quite a bit. So, I don't know. Help me out. Help a boy out. Alright, guys. That's going to do it for this one. Have a good night. And try not to get bodied. I'll see you guys on the next one. Be safe out there.